Okay, I probably won't play the whole song for O Sacred Head. Just a quick note, we've done this in the chord chart says C to E flat. It's technically A minor to E flat major. ProPresenter doesn't really want you to transition from a minor key to a major key or a major key to a minor key. So just keep that in mind. A minor to E flat. For this Good Friday service, I have B to D. And we might move it down from A to C, A minor to C, which would actually be F minor or something like that. So this one, capo 3, is what I use for C to E flat. Again, you don't really have to do this per se. It's just what I've come up with. You could play, in C shapes open, and then throw your capo on, and then you're playing in C shapes again. But I just throw this on here and use the capo 3 chart, or whichever capo chart that will say that I'm playing in A. So I'll just run through verse 1 here, chord wise. Again, for 1, 2, 3, this song is very piano centric. I play almost nothing. In fact, probably don't really play anything at all for verse 1, 2, and 3. I might do some little finger picking, but really not that much. There's a lot of movement in the piano. So I'm mainly focusing on verse 4, the interlude going into verse 4, and then providing some energy there. But I will play through these chords. So if we're playing in A, F sharp minor, at least I'm just using this chord chart here. So F sharp minor, oh sacred head, now wounded with grief and shame weighed down, now scornfully surrounded with thorns, thine only crown. How pale thou art with anguish, with sore abuse and scorn. How does that visage languish, which once was bright as morn? So you have F sharp minor, E over G sharp, which you can just play an E if you're a guitar player. If you really want to be brave, you can play these inversions. The easiest way to play an E over G sharp, don't play the A string. So ring finger, index finger, pinky, and then your B string and your E string are open. If you really want to get a lot going on, you can round your ring finger and then bar with your index finger the A string and the D string. Oh, sacred head now wounded, A. I usually play an A2. With grief, F sharp minor, grief and shame, C sharp, major, shame weighed down. Now, and then these are easy chords. Now scornfully surround, E, D. Pale thou art, D, with usually the piano does that. If you want to imitate it, you can. A sus, A on the B string. With sore abuse, you can do a cheater B minor 2 or B minor 7. Either of these are fine. Sore abuse and scorn. How does that? So we have an A over C sharp and then a B over D sharp, which is the A major shape, and then your C sharp here. And then I would probably just play those 3 notes. If you get the B string, that's okay. Probably stay away from the E string here. Slide it up 2 frets, B over D sharp, and then you go to the E. So that line. How does that visage languish? Which, quick A, which once, D over F sharp, once was bright, E over G sharp, as one. So that's just a quick walkthrough of the chords. Again, I'm not strumming any of that stuff. The reason I play that is it's relatively easy to play those shapes. And then for verse 4, we're there in the key of C, ready to go. So that last line, verse 3, Redeemer, spurn me not, what language shall I to thank thee, dearest friend, for this thy dying sorrow, thy pity without end, only thine forever, and should I Lord, let me never, outlive my love to thee. Again, that's E flat. So I'll quickly just play verse 3 and verse 4, going from B to D. My burden in thy passion, Lord, thou hast borne for me, for it was my transgression which brought this woe on me. I cast me down before thee, wrath were my rightful law. Have mercy, I implore thee, Redeemer, serve me not. just for kicks and giggles. I'll also do it with no capo. So this is literally A to C. A major to C major, or F sharp minor to C major. My burden in thy passion, Lord, thou hast borne for me, for it was my transgression which brought this woe on me. I cast me down before thee, wrapped were my rightful wrong. Have mercy, I implore thee, Redeemer, spurn me not. What language shall I borrow to thank thee, dearest friend, for this thy dying song? Thy pity without end. Oh, make me thine forever, and should I fade to end, Lord, let me never, outlive my love to thee. So there you go. 3 different keys. It's the same shapes on guitar. We'll decide later on this week what key we're actually doing it in. So hopefully this is helpful for O Sacred Head and Wounded.